going on, everybody? Welcome back to Bridging the Geekdoms. I'm your host, Robert Slavinsky, and I want to talk about a couple things here. Some information dropped this past week about Zack Snyder's Justice League. As we want to talk about an interesting rumor that has popped up in regards to Spider-Man 3. So first, let's get this whole thing about Zack Snyder's Justice League out of the way. The MPAA has officially rated this movie rated R. I think that is fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting to see our heroes, Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, in a rated R movie. Now, I know that there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of people out there who are sitting there saying, do we really need a rated R movie with these heroes? And I go, what does it matter? It's exciting because it's just going to allow Zack Snyder's been able to let loose. The R rating isn't about, ridiculous amounts of nudity or unnecessary swearing. It's for violence. It's for just crazy amount of intense action. Yes, there's going to be some swear words in it. Okay. But the one thing I know about Zack Snyder, and I think we all know about Zack Snyder, is he doesn't utilize, gratuitous sex. He doesn't just add things in there just to add things in. He's got a reason for everything, and I think it's going to play out great. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to check it out and see what all this will entail with the R rating. Now, if you remember, Batman vs. Superman does have an unrated version where it added a little bit more blood and intense scenes and some swearing. There's an F word in it. Look, a lot of people are worried that, now we can't let our kids watch this movie because it's rated R. Since when is that a deterrent from letting your kids watch a movie? I was watching rated R movies back early 90s, before I was 10 years old. I was watching RoboCop and watching somebody get his crotch shot off. People just want to use any excuse and every excuse they can to try and make this movie fail before it even comes out and has a chance. It's absurd, it's ridiculous, but that is the world that we live in right now, unfortunately. But with that, don't think that you can't allow your kids to watch it. Zack, like I said, isn't going to utilize a whole bunch of gratuitous sex and unnecessary swearing and ridiculous things like that. It's going to be suitable for kids, maybe a little more intense than what they're used to in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, as I said, go ahead and watch it. I encourage everybody to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to let my kids watch it. They're looking forward to it. Now, if I watch it and I see there's a sex scene and there's boobies flopping around and willies hanging out, maybe I'll have to, be like, hey, guys, you're going to have to wait a little bit. But if it's a typical R-rated action movie, there's no real reason to worry and not think that you can't let your kids watch it. So, guys, get excited. Zack Snyder's Justice League is, 42 days away at this point. I can't wait. 43 days, something like that. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. Amazing. Trailer for it seems to be that it's going to be on Valentine's Day, 2/14/21. A lot of people are still holding out hope that there's going to be something at the Super Bowl this Sunday. Look, from what I've heard, I've talked to a couple people who I trust and are in the know with these sorts of things. I've been told not to expect a trailer at the Super Bowl. That the Super Bowl, honestly, HBO Max may have even pulled out of doing any kind of Super Bowl ads. But if at the very most we might see with the Snyder Cut is HBO Max promoting all of the content that they're going to have coming out this year, and Zack Snyder's Justice League will be part of that. So be on the lookout for that, because that is a possibility of what we will see at the Super Bowl, not a trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, with all that, the trailer is due to come out on February 14th. Some people are speculating it's going to be about 2.5 minutes long, and that we will get our first glimpse at Jared Leto's Joker in the movie. Awesome, excited, can't wait. Hope it does come out that way, or come to be that way. But again, if it doesn't, that's all right. Because I just want to see the movie. As much as I love trailers, as much as I love getting hyped, as much as I want to see this trailer, I just want to see the movie. So, look, don't get your hopes up and And don't think that it's all about, what's going to be in the trailer, because we're going to get the trailer, and then a month later, a month and 4 days later, we're getting the movie. If that, a month and 2 days later, we're getting the movie. So just, patience, everybody. The trailer's coming. When we get it, we get it. That's great. We'll see it. We'll get excited. The marketing push is going right now. Zack's involved with it. He's posting stuff. It's exciting. There's also this talk that I saw from my boy Matt and from Lightcast and Taylor from The Cultured Nerd, talking about how the Green Lantern has been removed from the movie, or at least the Green Lantern we all thought we were going to get. It's a little disappointing. However, I don't think it's going to take away from the film at all, especially if they just kind of inserted Martian Manhunter into that role, or at least some of those lines and parts that Green Lantern was supposed to have. So we will see how that all plays out. But I do encourage you all to jump over to Lightcast on the YouTubes. The last one that both Matt and Taylor did, which was, I believe, last week, they talked all about it. Definitely check it out. It's a good listen, and they dive into a lot. There's a lot of tea dropped that day. So, speaking of tea, let's jump over to this whole Spider-Man rumor that I've heard. Now, I heard this a while ago. I heard that we would be seeing that the big bad, the villain of Spider-Man 3 would be Norman Osborn. Now, if you don't want to be spoiled, you may want to get off now, but whatever. This is rumor. Remember, all rumors are rumors until they are officially announced, which is a big reason why I have not stated that Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire are in Spider-Man 3, even though all signs are pointing to them being in it. It has not been officially stated, so until it is rumor. But Norman Osborn is supposed to be the big bad, or the villain of Spider-Man 3. Now, I didn't hear that part of it a while ago. A while ago, I actually heard who they were casting for the role. And at that time, I kind of just blew it off. This was actually before the Jamie Foxx thing. No, I'm sorry, this was after Jamie Foxx, but before the Alfred Molina announcement. And I just was like, okay, look, they brought Jamie Foxx back. I could see the correlation there people are getting, but I'm still not sold on the whole idea of this person being brought back. So I kind of did a little digging, couldn't find anything else about it. And then I heard it pop up again the other day. And I was like, you know what, let me reach out to one other person. And, shockingly enough, I'm hearing that it's a possibility for this person to be in it because of Norman Osborn actually being in Spider-Man 3. Now, if you head over to small screen, the guy, great guy, Edward Lauder, he was on my show a couple months ago. We discussed a lot of things right around the Disney announcements for all their stuff that they're doing over the next couple years. Edward Lauder actually posted a article back in October that Norman Osborn would be the villain. So check that out because it's really interesting. How things just kind of, there's an ebb and flow to them. Something pops up in one area, they talk about it, and then it doesn't really get much news. And then a couple months later, a few weeks later, what have you, it pops up again somewhere else. And that's kind of what happened here. So check that out. But they discuss the possibilities of what Norman Osborn will be doing in Spider-Man 3, such as Oscorp being the reason, one of their experiments being the reason why Peter Parker Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, could be sent off on this adventure through the multiverse. And then bringing Doctor Strange into the mix, as well as Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, because from all accounts, it seems like she will be in Spider-Man 3 as well. But who could be playing Norman Osborn? And it's still hard for me to believe that this is the case. Again, this is just rumor. I think it's going to happen. I think he's going to be in it. But at this point, it's just rumor. I can't confirm 100% that this is fact, especially because it has not been officially announced. But I'm hearing that Willem Dafoe, who played Norman Osborn in the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man films, played a heavy role in Spider-Man 1. He had a small cameo role in Spider-Man 2 and a couple flashbacks or weird visions, I think. I think it was 2. He's coming back as Norman Osborn. Now, with that, I heard that with him returning, the idea is to build on Norman Osborn and being a big player in the MCU, at least with the Spider-Man movies. I think that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. If that is the case, if in fact it does become that Willem Dafoe comes back to play Norman Osborn, I dig it. I'm all for it. You know, with the rumors that Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Kirsten Stone are coming back. Yeah, there's talk of Charlie Cox. There's talk of Jake Gyllenhaal coming back as Mysterio. There's so many names that are popping up. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. These are names that I keep hearing popping up that will be in Spider-Man 3 in some form or fashion, whether in small cameo or major part. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a fantastic movie. I think it is getting a little bloated right now with all we're hearing, but it seems like this movie is going to be a part 2 of a 3-part story of sorts. Part 1 being WandaVision, which is going on right now. Now, if you haven't checked out my review on WandaVision, I did a review of the first 3 episodes on my YouTube channel. Go check it out, because I do talk about how the show, while it's an exciting show, it's fun, I do think that they've failed at keeping the hype up and really pushing the story forward. It's too much of a slow burn for my liking. But if it turns out that is a part 1 of like a 3-part series of story, with the 3rd part then being Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I think we could be in for quite a ride. Now, wouldn't that be interesting if that's how they decided to move forward with this next evolution or phase of Marvel movies? Whereas the first, the Infinity Saga, the first saga there, was all about finding ways to interweave the films just enough so when they all come together, it's exciting as the Avengers, and then they build up to the big battle at the end. If this phase or this saga will be more of miniature stories being told within multiple films or TV shows, I think that's a brilliant idea. I mean, Thor Love and Thunder is going to have Thor in it. It's going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy in it. I'm sure in some form or fashion it's going to have to connect to the Loki series, you would think. So it'll be interesting if that's what they do. But let me know in the comments below what you think. What do you think they're going to be doing with this upcoming saga and phase of Marvel movies? It's an exciting time for sure. Now, let me know also what you think of Willem Dafoe returning as Norman Osborn. Do you think it's a possibility? Do you like that idea? Do you want them to get somebody different? For me, I kind of think that with this multiverse aspect, they're going to bring in as many characters as they've had they can from the past, and see if they're willing to come back and portray their characters again to maybe give them some more to do. Alfred Molina's Dr. Octavius did not have more than just one movie, and he died in that movie. So how cool would it be if they brought him back as Doc Ock, and he's able to stick around for, say, 3 or 4 movies over the course of 10 years? Same with Jamie Foxx's Electro. I'm also hearing Tom Hardy might show up in Spider-Man 3 as Venom. There's talk of Jared Leto's Morbius. I mean, there's so much that could possibly happen in this movie. It's exciting, but also a little worrisome because it's getting a little overbloated. So, again, let me know in the comments what you think of what's happening here. Let me know what you think about Zack Snyder's movie being rated R. Zack Snyder's Justice League being rated R. Justice League movie that's rated R. That's insane. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you do all that stuff that gets me all the kind of clicks and views and stuff like that, because that's what I want. Because I love doing this for you guys. I know I don't get too many views. I get more views whenever I post Snyder. And I get it. Snyder stuff is the big topic of the day all the time. But, it's not all I want to talk about. I love all things pop culture. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So with all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for doing all that jazz. If you are somebody that listens to the podcast, jump over to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and start following me on there. If you're somebody who watches the YouTube and maybe you want to just listen to me while on your drive to work, find me on any of the podcast your apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that jazz. It's a good time, guys. It's a good time to be a DC fan. It's a good time to be a Marvel fan. It's a good time to be a comic book movie fan. I don't know, guys. I don't think I have anything else to say. So with all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Talk to all of you later.